There are days when it feels as though the weight of the world is pressing down on you, suffocating your spirit and draining your energy. Moments when the stress, the suffering, and the heaviness of life seem endless, trapping you in a cycle of despair. But know this, those days never last. Beyond every storm, there is always a clearing. Beyond every hardship, there is always another opportunity waiting. Storms come and storms go. Good times come and good times go. Life moves in cycles of difficulty and joy, and it will always be so. The situation you find yourself in today, whether it brings joy or sorrow, will not stay the same. Change is the law of life. The most crucial thing you can do is to stay in motion, to align yourself with the very nature of the universe, which is ever flowing, ever moving. As long as you stay in rhythm with life's movement, with discipline, conviction, and consistency, good things will find you. You will overcome the challenges you face today and the ones that await tomorrow. Motion fueled by discipline and perseverance becomes an unstoppable force. By maintaining forward momentum and a mindset rooted in resilience, you will break through barriers and rise to new heights. This is not mere hope. It is the law of the universe and the core of human nature. Where there is will, there is always a way. The most ambitious, consistent, and relentless individuals, those who refuse to quit, who do not waste time complaining, are the ones who change their lives, reach their goals, and shape their destinies. In the chapters ahead, we will unlock powerful, timeless wisdom to help you cultivate a mindset that remains unbreakable no matter what life brings. Keep going. You've got this. Chapter 1. The Nature of Endurance. To understand why we must keep going, we must first understand the nature of endurance. The Stoics believed that endurance was not merely about waiting out the storm, but standing tall within it. Seneca taught that true greatness is not avoiding hardship, but facing it bravely, treating every difficulty as an opportunity to forge strength. Imagine the ancient mariner battling waves larger than his ship. He does not command the sea to calm. He commands himself to stay steady. Life mirrors this ocean. You cannot order the tides to obey your wishes, but you can train your mind to hold firm amid the thrashing. Training endurance is a daily exercise, a craft honed through countless small, deliberate actions woven into the fabric of everyday life. It begins with simple but profound choices, resisting the urge to complain when things do not go your way, staying silent and composed when anger bubbles up inside, choosing patience in the very moments when frustration tempts you to lash out or give up. Each decision, seemingly insignificant on its own, lays another solid stone in the enduring foundation of a resilient character. Over time, these small victories build up, creating an internal fortress against the storms of life. You may not notice the strength you are building day by day, hidden quietly beneath the surface of your daily struggles and small victories. But one day, perhaps when you least expect it, when a fierce trial comes, you will find yourself standing firm, unwavering, without even realizing how deeply rooted your endurance has become. You will marvel at your own unshakable foundation, one that was formed not by grand moments, but by thousands of small, unseen choices to persist. This quiet, continuous construction of resilience is not glamorous. It is not celebrated or recognized by crowds. It is silent, steadfast, and deeply personal, yet it is transformational beyond measure. It molds you into a being capable of weathering life's most violent storms without losing your course. True fortitude is the cumulative result of countless moments, often lonely, often painful, where you chose to endure, to stay steady, and to persist even when every fiber of your being screamed for escape, ease, or surrender. It is the fruit of your unseen battles, the product of your determined spirit, choosing growth over comfort. steadfastness over surrender, and courage over collapse. Every day that you continue forward, you are adding another vital piece to the indestructible structure of your character. Begin by identifying the small irritations that disturb your peace. Every time you endure one without complaint, you strengthen your endurance muscle. Log these moments. Over time, you will see proof of your growing power. Chapter 2. Discipline is freedom. Many view discipline as confinement, something cold and rigid, but the Stoics knew it as true liberation, a liberation far deeper and more profound than the fleeting pleasures of indulgence or the hollow victories of unchecked desires. Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." This mastery is not external conquest, but internal dominion. Freedom is not merely doing whatever you feel like doing. It is having the unshakable strength to do what must be done, even when every fiber of your being rebels against it. True freedom is the ability to act with reason and virtue, not with whim and impulse. The one who rules over his appetites, moods, and distractions is the one who moves freely and purposefully toward his highest goals, unshaken by the chaotic winds of circumstance and unaffected by the noise of temporary discomforts. When you lose yourself to impulses, you surrender your sovereignty. You become a puppet of circumstance, dancing to the erratic tunes of fleeting emotions and transient cravings. But when you tether yourself to your values, to principles that do not sway with the day's weather, you become truly unstoppable. You carve out a life of intention rather than accident, of purpose rather than passivity. Discipline becomes the invisible armor that guards your dreams from the subtle enemies of laziness, fear, and distraction. It becomes the steady engine that powers your mission forward, no matter how rough the terrain becomes, no matter how heavy the burden grows, no matter how loud the voices of doubt and fatigue shout within you. Think of a sculptor chiseling away at a massive, stubborn block of marble. Without disciplined, patient strokes, the sculpture remains hidden forever within the stone, an invisible masterpiece trapped inside because the hand that wielded the chisel lacked the will to continue. Only the persistent, precise movements of the sculptor reveal the form that already exists inside, waiting to be uncovered. In the same way, discipline reveals the masterpiece within you by stripping away layers of weakness, fear, doubt, hesitation, and regret. It unveils your truest form, a form that would otherwise remain buried beneath years of procrastination, excuse-making, and indulgence. Discipline is not about becoming someone else. It is about uncovering the powerful, courageous, wise person you were always meant to be. Every disciplined choice, to rise early when sleep tempts you, to speak with unwavering integrity when lies could offer you ease, to persist in your labor when quitting would be the softer path, to face fears when retreat seems more appealing, to act with courage when silence would be safer, to take action when procrastination whispers for delay, is another strike of the chisel, another patient and deliberate movement closer to the powerful, free individual you are destined to become. Each of these seemingly small acts forms a chain of resilience, binding you ever closer to the person you are meant to be. Every moment of resistance against comfort is a thread woven into the fabric of your character, strengthening it strand by strand, weaving a tapestry of endurance and determination that no outside force can easily tear apart. It is through this relentless, patient, and intentional effort, often invisible to the outside world but monumental within, that you shape not only your destiny but also your very essence. The unseen battles, the quiet victories over temptation, the moments when you choose principle over ease. These are the crucibles where greatness is forged. The journey of disciplined living is not paved with grand gestures or dramatic moments of valor, but with thousands of small, courageous choices made in obscurity, choices that reflect your deepest values rather than your fleeting emotions. It is the consistency of these choices, stitched day after day, thread after thread, that ultimately crafts a life of remarkable strength, profound depth, and unbreakable integrity. Every moment of discipline, no matter how small, no matter how overlooked by the world, is a decisive victory over the weaker self that seeks comfort, distraction, and momentary pleasure at the expense of enduring greatness. These tiny victories, seemingly insignificant in the moment, compound over time, forming an unbreakable chain of resilience that cannot easily be shattered. They are the unsung triumphs that shape your destiny in ways that grand gestures rarely do. Each time you choose the harder right over the easier wrong, each time you resist the call of temporary ease in favor of long-term excellence, you inch closer to the towering potential that lies dormant within you, awaiting only your continued effort to be fully awakened. You build a self that can withstand the tests of life, not merely survive them, but greet them with a calm, steady determination. You forge an inner constitution that does not falter when the winds of adversity howl, that does not crumble when faced with unexpected hardships. Instead, you create a mind and soul that remains steadfast and true, like a deeply rooted oak tree that weathers countless storms, yet stands ever taller after each one passes. When comfort calls loudly to abandon the path, you will not be swayed, because your discipline has taught you to value purpose over pleasure, meaning over mediocrity. These cumulative victories, stitched together through deliberate and consistent action, one determined choice at a time, construct a spirit that can weather any storm, pursue any dream, and ultimately achieve a life of profound meaning, joy, and fulfillment. They weave a tapestry of strength so tightly bound that even the fiercest storms cannot tear it apart. Over time, these small but mighty choices build an internal world so solid that adversity cannot easily shake it. You become a lighthouse amid the wildest seas, standing tall, a beacon of resilience and determination for yourself and those around you. It is a life where you are the true master of your fate, not because fate treated you gently, not because fortune favored you without condition, but because you met every challenge, both expected and unforeseen, with an indomitable will that refused to yield. You earned your sovereignty through battle, through fire, through countless silent moments when giving up would have been easier, but going forward became your only choice. This kind of mastery is not granted, it is forged. A life where your story is not one of easy victories handed to you without struggle, but a living testament to relentless perseverance, tireless striving, and the quiet, powerful dignity that only the disciplined truly know. It is a life where your every achievement is written in the ink of resilience, and your every triumph echoes with the strength born of countless internal battles fought and won when no one was watching. It is a dignity that comes not from public applause, fleeting praise, or the hollow validation of others, but from the private, profound knowledge that you chose integrity over ease, determination over defeat, and purpose over comfort, not just once, but repeatedly, when it would have been far simpler to yield. You will carry that dignity quietly, like a flame sheltered in the storm, steady, unwavering, and brilliant in its simplicity. This flame will not demand recognition, nor will it seek external validation to confirm its worth. It will simply shine, a silent testament to your internal victories. In a world that often rewards noise and spectacle, your light will be different. It will be the quiet glow of authenticity, the kind that cannot be faked, bought, or imitated. It will draw the respect of those who recognize real strength and inspire those still searching for their own. In every action, every word, every quiet choice to persist, you will embody a kind of greatness that cannot be taken away because it was never given. It was built with your own hands, day by day, through your unwavering commitment to the disciplined life. Set daily non-negotiables. These are actions you will complete no matter what. A morning routine, a moment of silence, an hour of focused work. Build your discipline around them and watch your freedom grow. Chapter 3. Accept and act. Acceptance is not resignation. Acceptance is clarity, a luminous understanding that reality must be met on its terms, not on the terms of our fleeting desires or imagined preferences. Marcus Aurelius taught that we should greet each event, good or bad, as if we had chosen it ourselves. This radical form of acceptance is not about pretending that every outcome pleases us, but about recognizing that peace comes from harmony with life rather than futile resistance. By doing so, we remove the friction between life and our expectations, dissolving the self-created suffering that often compounds our challenges. When you accept what you cannot control, you liberate your energy to act on what you can. You free yourself from the shackles of wasted emotion, from the gnawing anxiety that arises when you rage against immovable realities. Resistance drains you, bleeding away your strength in battles you were never meant to win. Acceptance recharges you, restoring your focus, sharpening your will, and filling your heart with a durable serenity that cannot be shaken by every unexpected turn. This is not passive surrender. It is active alignment with reality, a warrior's discipline to adapt and engage the world as it is, not as we wish it to be. Picture a river that flows around rocks, undeterred by obstacles in its path. The river does not protest the stones. It neither laments them nor tries to force them away. It moves forward with grace and persistence, adapting its course without ever losing its essential direction. It carves valleys, nourishes lands, and reaches the sea through a patient, irresistible force. You too can embody this spirit. You can learn to flow with life's obstacles, not by surrendering your purpose or diminishing your ambitions, but by maintaining your momentum, your spirit, and your clarity, even when the landscape shifts unpredictably around you. Each challenge, each unexpected turn, becomes an opportunity to reinforce your determination, to sharpen your focus, and to demonstrate your resilience. The river does not stop to curse the mountain. It carves its way through, finding new pathways, adapting without losing the essence of its journey. So must you flow forward, remaining agile yet unwavering in your commitment to your highest aspirations. When you adopt this mindset, obstacles cease to be interruptions and become integral parts of the journey itself, stepping stones that test and refine you. You remain loyal to your ultimate direction, undeterred by setbacks, undefeated by delays. Every shift in the landscape, every unexpected hardship, becomes a proving ground where you reaffirm your purpose and strengthen your inner resolve. By flowing instead of resisting, adapting instead of breaking, you turn adversity into an ally, a powerful current that propels you even closer to your true destination. Practice the art of voluntary acceptance. At least once a day when something frustrating occurs, pause and say, "I accept this." Then immediately take the next right action available to you. Chapter 4. Progress over perfection. The Stoics warned against the toxic pursuit of perfection, a pursuit that often binds individuals in chains of unrealistic expectations and unattainable ideals. They understood that no human being is flawless. To err is woven into the very fabric of human existence. What truly matters is steady progress, small, deliberate, continuous improvements that accumulate piece by piece into greatness over time. True excellence is not an explosion. It is a slow, patient accumulation of effort, resilience, and wisdom. Perfectionism often paralyzes the spirit. Fear of mistakes, fear of judgment, and fear of falling short lead to stagnation and inaction. Instead of daring greatly, the perfectionist retreats, believing that if they cannot be flawless, they should not try at all. Yet, as Epictetus wisely reminds us, it is not things themselves that disturb us, but our judgments about them. Mistakes themselves are neutral. It is our interpretation that gives them power over us. If you judge every mistake as a definitive failure, you will quit. You will shrink from challenges. But if you judge each mistake as a vital lesson, as essential material in the crafting of your character, you will endure, adapt, and evolve into someone far greater than if you had never stumbled at all. Reflect weekly on your progress, not your perfection. Ask yourself, what small improvements did I make this week? Write them down. Let these victories fuel your journey. Chapter 5. The Power of Perseverance. Perseverance is the art of beginning again, every single day, no matter how many times you have fallen, faltered, or failed. It is not a singular moment of dramatic heroism, but 1,000 quiet acts of courage performed in the solitude of daily life. The Stoics lived this daily rhythm of renewal, waking each morning with the understanding that struggle is not an exception to life, but its very essence. They prepared not only for the known challenges, but also for the unforeseen hardships that life would inevitably unveil. Each new sunrise was greeted with a renewed commitment to endure, to remain steadfast, and to keep moving forward. When you feel exhausted, overwhelmed, or defeated, remember this essential truth. Perseverance is not about feeling good. It is about staying loyal to your purpose, regardless of the transient waves of emotion that seek to knock you off course. Feelings are weather, unpredictable, ever-changing, beyond your control, and like storm clouds, they gather and disperse without warning. But purpose is the ground beneath your feet, solid, reliable, enduring, and unmoved by the tempests raging above. When the storms of doubt, fatigue, or sorrow sweep through your mind, threatening to disorient you and obscure your path, anchor yourself firmly to that ground. Let your purpose be the steady foundation upon which you stand, the unwavering guide that directs your steps even when visibility is low. The winds howl against you, and all familiar landmarks vanish from view. Purpose, steadfast and eternal, can lead you through the darkest moments if you trust it more than you trust the fickleness of your passing emotions. You must learn to yield without breaking, to absorb life's blows without losing your essence, to let hardship shape you, but never allow it to define you. Hardship is not a verdict on your worth. It is the furnace that tempers your spirit and strengthens the fibers of your soul. You must see life's difficulties not as personal attacks, but as necessary training grounds where your true character is revealed and refined. You must be willing to stand amid adversity, not by rigidly resisting every gust of misfortune, but by adapting your stance, bending as needed, while holding firm to your core values. The branches of a tree that bend survive the storm. The ones that resist too stubbornly are often the first to break. Adaptability is not weakness. It is strength wrapped in wisdom. Flexibility, combined with unwavering commitment to your deepest principles, allows you to navigate life's tempests without losing the essence of who you are. In doing so, you develop a spirit that cannot be easily toppled or torn apart, a spirit so deeply rooted in resilience that even the fiercest tempests will find it unmoved at its center, a living embodiment of quiet, enduring power. In this daily choice to persist, to rise with bruised spirit and wounded heart, to face the day's battles anew regardless of yesterday's trials, you shape a life of profound resilience, quiet strength, and unwavering determination. Every sunrise offers you a new opportunity to reaffirm your commitment to your purpose, to reforge your courage in the fires of persistence. Each day you choose not to retreat, but to advance, even by a single step, You build invisible walls of inner strength that shield you from despair and doubt. Every moment you choose to endure, especially when your strength feels spent, when the easier path of surrender tempts you, strengthens your foundation. It deepens your roots into the fertile ground of self-trust, patience, and unshakable resolve. Through these daily acts of perseverance, you fortify your soul against all future storms and trials, creating a spirit that stands independent of circumstance, fortified against both external blows and internal doubts. In time, your very presence will inspire those around you to stand a little taller, to fight a little longer, and to remember that within them too lies an unbreakable core. This core is not given freely. It is built through the magnificent labor of facing hardship with grace, courage, and a fierce refusal to yield. Every trial you endure, every setback you overcome, and every day you rise again adds another ring to your spirit, growing you into a towering force of nature, unyielding, unshakable, and quietly invincible. Develop a reset ritual for difficult days. When you feel like giving up, pause. Breathe deeply. Reaffirm your purpose with a simple phrase like, "I am built for this." Then take the next small action, however minor it may seem. Chapter 6. Resilience is a daily practice. Resilience is not something you are born with. It is something you build painstakingly over time through deliberate choices and consistent action. The Stoics understood this better than anyone. They recognized that every small act of perseverance, every moment you choose to stand firm rather than retreat in the face of adversity, is another brick laid in the fortress of your character. This fortress is not constructed overnight. It is slowly, carefully built with each courageous decision you make when confronted by life's inevitable difficulties. Each day offers dozens of chances to practice resilience if you are attentive enough to recognize them. When plans fall through unexpectedly, when criticisms sting your pride more sharply than you anticipated, when fatigue drags down your spirit and whispers temptations of surrender, these are your defining moments. These are your real training grounds, far more important than any easy victories that come without struggle. Easy victories breed complacency. It is the hard-fought battles that carve greatness into your soul. Your resilience does not grow when life is smooth, predictable, and comfortable. It grows when life demands more from you than you believe you can give, when you are stretched to the breaking point and must summon from within a strength you did not even know you had. Every challenge, no matter how daunting, is a silent invitation to become more than you were yesterday, to forge a self that can endure and prevail no matter what storms arise. A warrior does not wait until the moment of battle to sharpen their sword or strengthen their shield. They prepare daily with unwavering diligence, understanding that the outcome of any conflict is determined not by fleeting courage in the moment, but by countless hours of preparation beforehand. They hone their mind, their body, and their spirit through intentional, often grueling practice long before the true test comes. So must you. Approach each challenge, no matter how small, no matter how seemingly insignificant, as a personal lesson designed specifically for you, crafted by life itself to sharpen your resolve, to harden your will, and to temper your endurance. Every inconvenience, every setback, every disappointment contains within it a spark of potential growth if you are wise and humble enough to see it. Treat every hardship not as a burden to complain about, but as a sacred opportunity, a divine assignment placed deliberately in your path to reinforce the very architecture of your character. Understand that life, in its infinite wisdom, sends trials not to crush you, but to carve from you the finest version of yourself. View these trials not as nuisances to be avoided or minimized, but as essential, irreplaceable bricks in the construction of an unbreakable inner fortress. They are the hammer and chisel that sculpt the masterpiece of your being, forging within you the capacity to bear immense weight, to endure relentless hardship, and to thrive magnificently under pressure that would break the unprepared. As you embrace this mindset, not once but consciously, repeatedly, every single day, in both major upheavals and minor inconveniences, you will find yourself developing a quiet, immovable strength that the world cannot easily perceive but will inevitably feel. Your presence will speak without words. You will embody a calmness that does not waver in the face of adversity, a spirit that meets storms not with panic, but with poise, with deep wisdom, and with an unwavering resolve anchored in your soul. Over time, this practice will transform you from within, creating a depth of resilience that is unshakable, a core identity that remains steady while everything else around you trembles. Over time, with enough persistence, conscious engagement, and devoted practice, you will find yourself standing stronger, calmer, more resilient, and more unshakable than you ever thought possible. You will become the steady rock against which the waves break in vain, the unbending pillar that others instinctively turn toward in moments of fear, uncertainty, and chaos. In choosing to rise above your trials, to meet each hardship with the unflinching courage of a soul determined to grow, you will not only shape your destiny with your own hands, but you will light the way for others. You will inspire them to believe in their own capacity to endure, to prevail, and to transcend whatever storms life may bring their way, creating a ripple effect of courage and perseverance that outlasts even your own lifetime. Chapter 7. Controlling the Inner Voice. The Stoics taught that the quality of our lives depends largely on the quality of our inner dialogue. Marcus Aurelius wrote extensively about watching his own thoughts and correcting them when they strayed into negativity, fear, or bitterness. Your inner voice can either be your fiercest enemy or your strongest ally. It is the most persistent and influential force in shaping your emotional landscape, the unseen architect that silently constructs the foundation of your future reality. Left unchecked, it will parrot every fear, doubt, and excuse that you have ever absorbed from the world around you. It will magnify insecurities, rationalize procrastination, distort opportunities into obstacles, and plant seeds of hesitation in the very moments that demand courage and conviction. But when guided intentionally, shaped with conscious care and disciplined thought, your inner voice transforms into your greatest source of strength, clarity, and resilience. It can become the voice that fuels your ambitions, comforts you in trials, reminds you of your worth during times of failure, and reignites your determination when all other sources have gone silent. It will become the friend who never abandons you, the coach who pushes you toward excellence, and the guide who steers you back to your higher path whenever you stray. Every day, without exception, you have the sacred opportunity to coach yourself, to build a relationship with your mind that lifts you up rather than tears you down, that fortifies rather than weakens, that empowers rather than sabotages. This is not merely an abstract concept. It is a vital daily practice that determines whether you climb higher or retreat into mediocrity. Each thought you entertain is a building block, a rehearsal that prepares you either for defeat or for victory. Every internal whisper is like a seed being sown into the fertile soil of your consciousness. If you speak to yourself with cruelty, sarcasm, doubt, or fear, you unconsciously rehearse retreat before you even step onto the battlefield of life. You diminish your own strength before your journey even begins, subtly undermining your courage and eroding your will. You prepare yourself to surrender rather than to fight, forfeiting potential victories before the contest even starts. But if you speak to yourself with encouragement, with fierce honesty tempered by compassion, with unyielding belief in your capacity to overcome, you lay the groundwork for triumph, for a quiet, enduring strength that no external force can easily shake. Regardless of how treacherous the path ahead may seem, your inner dialogue becomes your most reliable armor, the shield that guards your mind against the arrows of despair. Choose your words carefully, with the same deliberate tenderness you would offer to someone you love more than life itself. Every whisper you allow inside your mind matters. Every phrase you repeat internally either nurtures growth or nourishes fear. Language is not neutral. It is charged with the power to create or destroy. Be patient, because growth is not instantaneous. It requires seasons of tending, watering, enduring storms, and believing even when no visible progress seems to appear. Be firm, because standards and expectations form the very scaffolding of character, shaping the contours of who you will ultimately become. Be relentless, because the world will try ceaselessly to sway your spirit, whisper doubts into your ear, and tempt you to abandon your course in favor of easier, lesser paths. You must remain unyielding. You must be your own greatest advocate when no one else is watching, when the applause has faded, and when only your own voice remains to encourage you forward. Especially with the words you speak to yourself, for they are not mere echoes in the hollow corridors of your mind. They are potent seeds, deeply planted, from which your entire future will either wither and decay or blossom and flourish into something magnificent, something lasting, something worthy of all your dreams and all your efforts. Practice thought audits. 3 times a day, pause and ask yourself, what am I thinking right now? If your thoughts are harmful or discouraging, replace them with stronger ones. Write powerful phrases you can draw upon when needed, like, I am capable, this too shall pass, or I bend, but I do not break. Chapter 8. Obstacles are the path. Marcus Aurelius said, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. The obstacle is not separate from your path. It is your path. Life is not happening to you. It is happening for you to forge the strength you seek. When you see obstacles as teachers rather than threats, your entire experience of life undergoes a profound transformation, a shift so powerful that it redefines your relationship with struggle itself. Frustrations that once felt like insurmountable burdens now appear as valuable invitations, portals through which you can grow stronger, wiser, and infinitely more resilient. They become essential opportunities, not just for survival, but for the refinement of your character and the deepening of your spirit. Setbacks no longer signify failure. They become the raw material, the fuel for your ascent, the very energy that propels you to higher levels of capability, wisdom, and understanding. Every challenge you encounter is secretly a carefully wrapped gift, an offering that contains within it vital lessons and latent strength, even though it rarely comes adorned with ease or comfort. These gifts do not announce themselves with celebration. They often arrive cloaked in hardship, wrapped in frustration, and marked by moments of doubt. Yet, it is precisely because they are hidden in difficulty and adversity that they possess the power to forge greatness within you. A greatness that could never be summoned in the absence of trials, a strength that remains undiscovered without the pressure and heat of life's crucible. Challenges are not diversions from your path. They are your path. They are the chisels that carve away your illusions, the fires that burn away your weaknesses, and the storms that strengthen your roots. They sculpt you with every stumble, every setback, every tear shed in silent perseverance. They shape you not into what is easy, but into what is necessary. They prepare you to hold the very blessings you seek, the ones that require a depth of character, resilience, and wisdom that only hardship can cultivate. Without these trials, your victories would be hollow, your success shallow, and your spirit untested. Embracing this truth, truly embedding it into the very marrow of your philosophy, turns life's hardships from fearsome enemies into essential, trusted allies. You stop fleeing from difficulty and instead begin to meet it head-on, understanding that every trial you face carries within it a priceless treasure meant for your growth and evolution. You learn that every obstacle, no matter how daunting, is an opportunity in disguise. It is an opportunity to refine your character, to strengthen your will, and to sharpen your resilience. Each obstacle becomes not a blockade that halts your progress, but a building block upon which you climb higher, always upwards. Each detour becomes not a delay, but a directional sign, pointing you toward a deeper purpose, a more profound understanding, and a richer destiny that you might never have discovered without the struggle. In this way, you transform every difficulty, every heartache, every moment of doubt into a stepping stone on your personal path toward mastery, fulfillment, and the quiet, enduring power that comes only from having faced life fully. You prevail not by force, not by rage, but by wisdom, patience, and an unwavering perseverance that knows the greatest victories are not won overnight or through brute strength. They are earned one difficult, deliberate step at a time, with every action taken in alignment with your higher purpose, no matter how small or unremarkable it may seem in the moment. With each step, you gather strength, and with each challenge you face, you carve out a life that is more resilient, more purposeful, and more in harmony with your deepest values. Whenever an obstacle arises, immediately ask, "What is this here to teach me?" Write down your answers. Over time, this question will become second nature, and obstacles will no longer intimidate you, they will empower you. Chapter 9. Action over emotion. The Stoics taught that action, not emotion, should guide your life. While feelings are important, they are not reliable captains of the ship of your existence. Feelings, after all, are like the weather, changing swiftly and unpredictably with the winds of circumstance. One moment, you may feel elated, and the next, you may feel overwhelmed with doubt or fear. Emotions are transient and often beyond your control, but your actions need not be dictated by them. The disciplined mind understands this fundamental truth. It acknowledges emotions as they arise, but does not allow them to take control. Instead, it continues to act with clarity, integrity, and purpose, regardless of how the emotional winds may blow. You can feel fear, sadness, anger, and still act in alignment with your principles. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is the deliberate choice to act rightly despite the fear, the sadness, or the anger that may grip you. Courage is not the absence of discomfort, but the ability to move forward despite it. It is about doing what you know is right, even when the voice of fear or frustration is loud in your mind. The Stoics understood that true bravery is not about waiting for the fear to disappear, but about stepping forward and doing what needs to be done with the fear. The craftsman continues his work, even on days when he feels uninspired, understanding that mastery comes not from waiting for motivation to strike, but from showing up each day and committing to the process. The athlete trains even when tired, knowing that greatness is built through repetition and persistence, not perfection. The philosopher studies even when confused, understanding that wisdom is not immediately grasped, but earned over time through patience and deliberate reflection. Success in life is not about waiting for the perfect conditions or the perfect mood. It is about showing up every single day, no matter how you feel, and doing the right thing again and again, even when the path feels difficult or discouraging. It's not about waiting for the perfect moment to take action, but creating the right moment through your consistent dedication. The discipline to continue, even when it's hard, to act despite your emotional state, is what ultimately builds the life you desire, one where your efforts align with your values and your long-term goals, regardless of immediate challenges. It is the act of consistent, persistent effort, regardless of how small or seemingly insignificant it may appear in the moment, that creates lasting progress, compounds into meaningful change, and lays the foundation for future success. These small actions, performed day after day, may feel inconsequential in the moment, but over time, they accumulate into something far greater than the sum of their parts. Each effort, each step taken with purpose, each challenge faced and conquered, no matter how small, adds to your growth, strengthens your character, and builds a future you can be proud of. It is in these quiet, often unnoticed moments that true transformation occurs, slowly and steadily behind the scenes. This is the power of persistence. This ongoing commitment to action, no matter how many obstacles, delays, or setbacks you face, is the secret to a life built not on fleeting moments of motivation, which can often feel overwhelming in their intensity, but equally short-lived, but on steady, deliberate progress. It is not the loud bursts of energy or the grand plans that sustain lasting success, but the quiet, unwavering dedication to showing up every single day, doing the right thing, and making progress, even if it's just an inch at a time. Through this consistent effort, you carve out a path that leads to sustainable growth and transformation, proving that success is not about waiting for the perfect moment, but about making the most of the moment at hand, regardless of how small it may seem. Create a minimum action list. No matter how you feel, commit to completing 3 key actions each day. These actions don't have to be monumental or extraordinary, just the essential tasks that move you toward your goals, no matter how small they may seem. Even on your worst days, this list ensures you maintain forward motion, no matter how sluggish or difficult the day may feel. By making these 3 key actions non-negotiable, you build consistency and momentum, ensuring that no matter what distractions, emotions, or setbacks come your way, you stay grounded in your commitment to progress. It's about finding stability in routine and continuing to move forward, even when energy or motivation is in short supply. Chapter 10. Victory through persistence. Victory in life rarely belongs to the fastest, the strongest, or the most gifted. It does not belong to those who achieve greatness through a single stroke of genius or a flash of rare talent, nor does it belong to those who seek shortcuts or wait for the perfect moment to arrive. Instead, it belongs to those who persist, those who refuse to quit, even when every external sign tells them to. It belongs to those who fall, yet rise again, no matter how many times they have been knocked down or how far they have fallen. It belongs to those who continue on their path even when reason says stop, when fatigue takes over, and when doubt begins to creep in like a silent intruder. Success does not belong to the person who gets everything right on the first try. It belongs to the one who continues when it feels hardest, to the one who keeps pushing forward regardless of the odds. Victory belongs to those who understand that success is built on endurance, not on how quickly you cross the finish line, but on how consistently you show up day after day, no matter the challenges. It is those who stay in the game for the long haul, who keep moving even when it seems like there is no progress, that win. The true essence of victory lies not in the fast, fleeting moments of triumph, but in the quiet, steadfast consistency of enduring the process, despite every obstacle, every setback, and every discouragement. Every great figure in history, whether a Stoic philosopher or a revolutionary thinker, knew this profound truth. They understood that persistence is the key that unlocks every door, the force that conquers every barrier. Persistence wears down resistance, slowly but surely, and eventually it breaks through walls that seem impenetrable and overcomes obstacles that appear insurmountable. What once seemed impossible, even laughable, becomes inevitable through steady, unwavering effort. What once felt unreachable becomes attainable, piece by piece, step by step. Every day, every action adds another brick to the foundation of your success. When you commit to persistent action, you become like a river carving through stone, slow, steady, and unstoppable. The river does not rush or force its way through the rock. It wears the rock down, gently but relentlessly, over time. The river's persistence is not about brute force. It's about consistency and patience. Each drop, each current, wears away at the stone until even the toughest, most resilient rock has been shaped and carved by the river's unyielding flow. This is the power of persistence. It may take time. It may feel slow. It may seem like little progress is being made, but in the end, it is unstoppable. What may seem insignificant in the moment, when compounded over time, becomes the force that shapes the landscape of your life. No matter how tough today feels, no matter how heavy the burden or how slow the progress, remember, your only true task is to persist. When everything feels overwhelming, when the weight of the world seems unbearable, or when your progress feels like it's too small to matter, remind yourself that each small effort is a victory in itself, no matter how trivial it may appear. Every small step forward, every ounce of energy invested, every bit of determination to keep going despite the odds. These are the very actions that, over time, chip away at the obstacles in your path, and ultimately, they will shape your future. Even the smallest effort, when consistently applied, becomes part of the larger momentum that propels you toward your goals. And before you know it, the seemingly insurmountable hurdles you face will no longer seem so daunting. The obstacles that once towered over you, those that seemed impossible to overcome, will begin to crumble, worn down by your steady, persistent efforts. The things that once terrified or overwhelmed you will lose their power simply because you continued to face them head-on, day after day. You are shaping your destiny with every action you take, with every choice you make to continue, and with each effort, no matter how small, you are carving your future into existence. In each of these small, seemingly insignificant moments of perseverance, you are creating the life you desire. In the end, your persistence will be the force that moves mountains. It will not be a single burst of energy that propels you forward, nor will it be a sudden flash of inspiration that carries you to success. Rather, it is the enduring power of your unwavering dedication to the process that truly moves you toward greatness. With time, effort, and relentless determination, nothing will be able to stand in your way. Your success will not be a matter of chance, nor will it be a fleeting result that happens once and fades. It will be the culmination of all the small, consistent actions you have taken, and it will be the result of your tireless commitment to the journey, no matter how long, difficult, or uncertain it may seem. Success is the byproduct of consistent, unwavering action. This is how dreams are realized. Not through shortcuts, not through sudden bursts of brilliance or miraculous turns of fate, but through the quiet persistence of those who choose to show up every single day, who keep moving forward despite the challenges, despite the slow pace, and despite the doubts that arise. It's the cumulative effect of countless steps forward, all driven by the belief that each one brings you closer to the person and the life you are meant to create. And in the end, it's this persistence that transforms you and your world into something extraordinary. Adopt a persistence mantra. Create a short phrase that embodies your commitment, such as, "I will not stop," "Forward always," or every day, every step. Repeat it when exhaustion tempts you to quit. Let it pull you back to action. The Stoics did not teach passive acceptance of life. They taught active, disciplined, relentless engagement with it. They believed that every individual holds within them a wellspring of strength deeper than any hardship they will face. You are part of this tradition. You are capable of more than you imagine. Storms will come, doubts will whisper, but you, strong, steadfast, and disciplined, will keep going. Remember, keep going. You've got this. Every day you wake up, remind yourself, this day will never happen again. This breath, this heartbeat, this morning light that slips through your window, it is yours alone. It is a singular miracle among a sea of possibilities that could have turned out otherwise. Remind yourself that you are here because you come from an unbroken chain of perseverance spanning over 1,000 generations. You are the descendant of those who endured wars, famines, diseases, and every manner of hardship imaginable. Their resilience lives in you. Now you carry that flame forward. This moment right now is sacred. You are living, breathing, seeing. You can walk, you can laugh, you can love. You have a roof over your head. You can take a hot shower. You can place food on your table. These blessings are often taken for granted in the modern world, but make no mistake, they are extraordinary. Even if you are stripped of modern luxuries, the Stoics would remind you, life itself is enough. Life, with all its flaws and frailties, is the most sacred possession we hold. Those who suffer from disabilities, injuries, or health challenges understand the fragility of life more than most. Yet those who have walked through the fire often emerge with a deeper gratitude because they grasp a profound truth. They still possess the greatest gift of all. Every day you wake up, someone else does not. Yesterday was never guaranteed, and tomorrow is not owed. Today is all you truly have. This is not just a poetic thought, it is the foundation for how you must live. Let this truth fuel your gratitude, your humility, and your wisdom. Let us walk together through this understanding, chapter by chapter, and cultivate the depth of living the Stoics aspired to, anchored always in the sacred miracle that is your life. Chapter 1. The Unbroken Chain. When you reflect on your existence, it is impossible not to be awestruck. Think of what it took to bring you here. Every ancestor, from the ancient hunter to the medieval farmer, from the sailor crossing uncharted waters to the worker laboring in a factory, survived long enough to pass on life. Wars swept across lands, plagues decimated populations, natural disasters reshaped continents, yet your line remained unbroken. Seneca taught that life is a loan, not a possession. We inherit it briefly before it passes on. To recognize that you are part of an unbroken chain is to see that you were entrusted with a torch. It is burning now in your hands. Your responsibility is to honor it. When you rise each morning, it is not merely another day. It is another opportunity to continue this sacred legacy, to honor the silent, unseen hands that built the path upon which you now walk. It is your chance to walk in the footprints of those who carved ways through storms, droughts, wars, and despair, often with nothing but sheer will and a dream for something better. Your very breath carries within it the echoes of voices long silent, hands long buried, hearts that once beat with the same hopes, fears, dreams, and determination that now pulse through you. Each sunrise that touches your skin is not a random event. It is the living continuation of a journey that began long before the invention of language, before the first city rose from the earth, before the first songs were ever sung. Through your actions, your kindness, your courage, you become another living link in a chain that will stretch into the infinite future far beyond your own life. Your daily efforts, no matter how small they may seem, are threads woven into the vast, intricate tapestry of human resilience and aspiration. You are not an isolated event, a passing spark in the darkness. You are a torchbearer. The choices you make today ripple outward, influencing not only your immediate surroundings, but also shaping lives you will never meet, souls you will never know, who may one day look back and be grateful for the strength and wisdom you nurtured. Gratitude should well up naturally when you truly understand this. You stand firmly on the shoulders of giants, farmers who tamed the earth, poets who spoke truth to power, warriors who defended the helpless, healers who mended broken bodies and hearts, mothers who sang lullabies through hardship, makers who built homes from dust and dreams, most of whom never knew the comforts and privileges you enjoy now. They weathered long winters without heat, crossed oceans without maps, faced illnesses without medicine, and still they dreamed, they loved, they lived fiercely. Their sacrifices are etched into your very being. You carry their fire in your blood, in your marrow, in the breath that fills your lungs each morning. You owe it to them and to yourself to live with deliberate purpose, to not squander the miracle they fought so hard to preserve, to rise each day with reverence for the bloodline of perseverance that pulses in your veins, to honor the trials they endured by creating beauty, strength, and goodness in your time. Let their spirit fuel your determination, fortify your courage, and deepen your gratitude as you forge your own place in the unending chain of life. Begin every morning by remembering your ancestors. You do not need to know their names, just feel their silent presence behind you. Whisper a simple thank you and step into your day with intention and strength. Chapter 2. The Miracle of the Moment. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, wrote often about the fleeting nature of life. He reminds us that what stands between us and oblivion is fragile and brief. Yet within that fragility is the miracle of consciousness, the miracle of choice. Right now you are thinking, feeling, loving, dreaming. You are witnessing the miracle of consciousness, a phenomenon so intricate and rare that countless worlds may spin for all eternity without ever experiencing it. This is no small thing. To be alive, to be aware, to hold even a fleeting thought or tender emotion within you is a privilege beyond measure. The Stoics taught that we are not owed these gifts. They are fleeting privileges lent to us moment by moment. To squander them in petty anxieties, grievances, or resentments is to betray the sacred opportunity that has been placed into your hands. There are countless possible universes where you were never born, realities where one slight change in the past, one broken link in your ancestral chain, meant you would never breathe, never laugh, never think. One missed heartbeat, one lost moment across thousands of years, and everything that makes you who you are would never have come into being. Yet in this version of existence, against staggering odds, you are here. In this thin sliver of cosmic time, you are breathing, walking, yearning. You are thinking thoughts no one else can think, feeling emotions that are entirely your own. You are a living, breathing miracle stitched from the fabric of history, chance, and perseverance. What will you make of this extraordinary chance? Will you allow the miracle of your existence to pass unnoticed, hidden beneath routines and distractions? Will you sleepwalk through your days, blind to the wonder that pulses through your veins, the silent symphony that plays within your chest each time your heart beats? Or will you awaken fully, wide-eyed and alive, to the staggering beauty of simply being? Will you meet life with fierce gratitude, choosing to honor your existence through the courage of your actions, the depth of your love, and the integrity of your words? This moment, and each moment after it, demands an answer only you can give. Every breath you draw is not just an unconscious reflex. It is an opportunity, a sacred chance to practice virtue. Courage when fear tempts you to retreat. Justice when selfishness urges you to place yourself above others. Wisdom when confusion clouds your path. Temperance when the wild desires of the body and mind roar for domination. Each moment, no matter how plain or forgettable it may seem at first glance, carries within it the seeds of greatness, the potential for a life that is noble, resilient, and full of meaning. Each small decision to act with kindness instead of cruelty, to offer patience instead of frustration, to speak truth instead of deception, each of these is a seed planted deep in the soil of your soul. Over time, with care and persistence, these seeds grow. They stretch their roots through your being and blossom into a towering garden of character, beauty, and strength. This garden will endure the fiercest storms, the harshest winters, because it is rooted in conscious choice, in love for life itself. Every moment you live with intention is an invitation to create something enduring and profound, a legacy that will shine long after your footsteps have faded. Throughout the day, pause and take one full conscious breath. Inhale, hold, exhale. As you do, say quietly to yourself, "This moment is a miracle." Let it ground you back into appreciation and purposeful living. Chapter 3. Life's Fragile Gift. Epictetus taught that we should view everything we cherish as if it were a vase on the edge of a shelf, beautiful but delicate, precious precisely because it could fall and shatter at any moment. If we truly understand how fragile life is, how fleeting our moments are, we learn to hold them with reverence and to cherish them more profoundly than ever before. A healthy body, no matter how vigorous today, can be altered in an instant by an unexpected accident, by a sudden illness, by the silent, merciless turning of fate's unseen wheel. A loved one whose presence feels so permanent, so woven into the fabric of our daily lives, can be taken from our arms without warning, without preparation, leaving behind only memories and echoes where once there was laughter and warmth. Wealth, so painstakingly gathered through years of labor and sacrifice, can vanish in a heartbeat, disappearing like smoke before a strong, indifferent wind. Status, carefully cultivated over a lifetime, can crumble into dust with a single unforeseen event or moment of misjudgment. And yet, rather than despairing over this endless uncertainty, the Stoics found profound liberation in embracing it fully, seeing it as the foundation of true joy and resilience. They understood that when you see clearly that everything you possess, your body, your loved ones, your accomplishments, your dreams, is merely on loan, you cease to cling desperately. You loosen your grip, not from apathy, but from a profound reverence for the fleeting beauty of all things. You no longer seek to chain your blessings to you. Instead, you savor them deeply, love them fiercely, and appreciate them with a tenderness that only awareness of impermanence can foster. You savor deeply each conversation. You love more fiercely with the urgency of those who know time is short, and you appreciate more earnestly the small, unrepeatable miracles that make up an ordinary day. Life transforms from something to fear losing into something to marvel at, to honor, to worship in every fleeting breath, every trembling second that will never come again. Many who have walked through the crucible of severe trials, battling chronic illness that strips away physical strength, mourning the sudden loss of a beloved companion whose memory lingers in every empty chair, enduring the collapse of a lifelong dream that once fueled their purpose, facing betrayals they never imagined from those they trusted most, emerge not broken, but clarified, purified, and profoundly transformed. They are reborn through suffering, tempered like steel forged in fire. They shed the illusions that comfort and routine often cloaks us in, discarding the superficial distractions and petty vanities that once held sway over their hearts. In their place remains only the indestructible core of being, a soul stripped of pretense, raw, yet shining with authentic strength. No longer do they mistake possessions, accolades, or the fleeting applause of others for true wealth. They know now, beyond any doubt, that real wealth is found in integrity fiercely maintained, in love courageously given and humbly received, in the richness of moments lived fully and honestly, however painful or radiant those moments may be. They recognize with searing, almost blinding clarity what many living in ease and thoughtless routine so easily forget: that life is breathtakingly precious precisely because it is so fragile, so ephemeral, so heartbreakingly brief. It is this very uncertainty, this constant nearness of loss that most try to ignore, that sharpens the sweetness of every embrace, intensifies the gold of every sunrise seen with grateful eyes, deepens the weight and wonder of every simple act of kindness exchanged between two vulnerable hearts. Each smile shared becomes a rebellion against despair, each tear wiped away a silent vow that love endures, each hand held in quiet solidarity, a defiant assertion that even against the odds we choose to live, to feel, to cherish. Each act becomes an act of defiance against the impermanence that seeks to diminish us, a bold, unwavering declaration that life, though fleeting and uncertain, is endlessly, immeasurably valuable, if only we have the courage and presence to see it, to feel it without flinching, and to live fully within its fleeting, tender grasp. Each night before you sleep, reflect briefly on the impermanence of what you value. Do not do this to cause sadness, but to deepen your appreciation. Say silently, "Thank you for today. If tomorrow comes, I will meet it with gratitude." Chapter 4. The Abundance Within. Modern life tempts us into endless dissatisfaction. We scroll, we envy, we compare, losing sight of the immense richness that already fills our lives. Advertising, social media, and modern culture constantly whisper that happiness lies in the next possession, the next achievement, the next validation. But the Stoics saw abundance not in accumulation, but in recognition. They knew that true wealth is born from the mind that sees and appreciates what already is, rather than forever grasping for what is not. You are rich if you realize you already possess everything essential for a good life. If you can breathe freely without pain, you are rich beyond kings. If you can think deeply, imagine freely, and love openly, you are rich beyond the measure of gold or silver. If you can perceive beauty in a sunset painted across the sky, or find solace in the voice of a friend or the hand of a loved one, you are rich beyond what any empire could offer. The treasures that matter most are not bought, and they are never taken for granted by those who truly see. Happiness is not found in reaching for what lies beyond the horizon, chasing distant dreams, or yearning endlessly for what we do not possess. True happiness is found in savoring what stands firmly under your feet, in embracing the simple, profound miracles already woven into your daily life. It lives in the taste of warm bread freshly broken, in the laughter that bubbles up unexpectedly from a friend's joke, in the feeling of cool rain that kisses your skin, in the silent companionship of those who love you not for what you own, but for who you are. It thrives in the quiet moments often overlooked, the glow of morning light on a kitchen table, the sound of a bird singing outside your window, the feeling of a full breath moving through your body. The ordinary blessings of life, when seen with clear eyes and open hearts, become extraordinary, radiant with meaning and wonder. When you internalize this truth, when you shift your gaze from the endless mirage of distant illusions to the boundless abundance of the present, You realize that you cannot truly be impoverished, no matter your external circumstances. Your wealth is woven into the very fabric of being itself, waiting to be noticed, savored, and lived. Accessible with every breath, every heartbeat, every smile freely given or received. Happiness, then, becomes not a destination to arrive at after long striving, but a way of walking through the world, a way of seeing its endless gifts, a way of being fully, gloriously alive. Begin a daily practice of listing 3 things you are grateful for. They must be simple, elemental things. I can hear the rain outside. I laughed today. I have a friend who cares. Gratitude grows the soul rich. Chapter 5. Facing each day as sacred. When you wake up each morning, do not stumble into the day as though it were endless and unremarkable. Approach it as if it were a holy pilgrimage. This day, this sunrise, this chance to speak, to touch, to build, it is sacred. The Stoics began their days with deep, intentional reflection, anticipating both the blessings and the challenges that lay ahead. They did not stumble into their days blindly, but rather prepared their minds as a warrior prepares for battle, not in fear, but in readiness. They recognized that life would offer both joy and hardship, praise and insult, calm and turmoil. Their aim was to meet each event consciously, responding with virtue rather than being swept away by impulsive reactions. They sought to move through the world deliberately, embodying dignity, patience, resilience, and grace, understanding that each action, no matter how small, was another brick laid carefully in the lifelong construction of the temple of their character. No matter how mundane your duties may seem, folding laundry, sending emails, answering phone calls, driving to work, preparing meals, they are not trivial tasks, but sacred opportunities disguised as routine. Every moment is a sacred arena in which the soul is tempered, a chance to embody excellence even when no one else is watching. They are quiet tests of character that over time shape the depth of who you are. Each seemingly insignificant task is an invitation to practice mindfulness, to cultivate patience, to nurture diligence, and to affirm your commitment to living according to your highest principles. When you approach these moments with reverence and intentionality, you turn the simplest chores into profound expressions of virtue. These ordinary tasks become the true battlefield where the spirit is forged, and where resilience, grace, and discipline are honed, just as much as in the grand public moments of life. It is in these often overlooked spaces that true greatness is born, not in dramatic victories, but in the daily acts of quiet excellence. By imbuing the simple routines of daily life with purpose and dignity, you align yourself with a tradition of conscious living that stretches back through the ages, a tradition upheld by the Stoics and the wise of every era. You will never get this exact day back. Every sunrise you witness is a unique, fleeting masterpiece that you will never unwrap again. Every conversation you have, every step you take, every thought that flickers through your mind. These are singular, unrepeatable moments, jewels strung along the fragile thread of time. Time, once past, is a river that cannot be sailed upstream. It rushes forward with or without your awareness. Make this day worthy of the miracle that it is. Seize it with both hands. Approach it with a full heart, open eyes, and the unwavering resolve to live it with courage, gratitude, and virtue. Treat each task, each interaction, each breath as a sacred opportunity to create something lasting and beautiful within yourself. Each morning, before you touch your phone or dive into tasks, sit silently for 2 minutes. Remind yourself, today is sacred. I will live it well. Set your intention to act with virtue in all things. Chapter 6. Strength in Acceptance. There will be days when the weight of life feels overwhelming. Illness, heartbreak, failure. These come for everyone. The Stoics did not teach that life would be easy. They taught that our power lies in our response. When we accept reality without resistance, we gain strength. Acceptance does not mean passivity. It means seeing things clearly, responding wisely, and acting virtuously regardless of external events. The miracle is not merely that suffering exists, for suffering is inevitable in a world as complex, as unpredictable, and as raw as ours. Suffering is stitched into the very fabric of life. It comes in many forms and at unexpected hours, striking the mighty and the meek alike. Yet the true miracle lies deeper, shimmering within the darkest recesses of our trials. It is the astonishing capacity of the human spirit to choose dignity even amidst devastation, to embody courage even when fear consumes the soul, to offer love even when the heart has been broken again and again. It is the sacred resilience that emerges when everything external has crumbled, and yet something internal stands unyielding. Even in the bleakest nights, when despair whispers its most seductive lies, when loneliness wraps itself around you like a shroud, there remains within each of us a spark, a flame, small yet indomitable, that refuses to be extinguished. This sacred and eternal light has the power to rise above bitterness and resentment, to turn agony into wisdom and loss into compassion. It is the miracle of standing tall with steady eyes and steady heart when the weight of the world presses hard upon your shoulders, refusing to let it deform the soul. It is the miracle of choosing kindness and mercy when life seems to summon cruelty and hatred. It is the miracle of still believing in beauty, still seeing the glow of a sunset, still hearing the laughter of a child, still feeling awe before the vast sky, even when everything within and around you seems irreparably broken. That inner power, that capacity for nobility and transcendence in the midst of suffering, is what defines the most resilient among us and reveals the profound sacredness of the human journey. It shows that we are not merely passive creatures battered by fate, but active participants in the creation of meaning, architects of hope, and guardians of an inner light that no force of the outer world can extinguish. When faced with a hardship, pause before reacting. Say to yourself, "This is not happening to me. It is happening for me to grow." Then ask, what virtue is needed here? Choose to act from strength rather than complaint. Chapter 7. The Fire Within. Inside you burns a fire that no external storm can extinguish. It is a flame kindled not by comfort, but by struggle, not by ease, but by the conscious choice to endure and rise. The Stoics called this your inner citadel, the fortress of character, resilience, and reason that stands unshaken regardless of fortune's twists. It is a stronghold built stone by stone, experience by experience, with the mortar of wisdom and the iron of perseverance. You carry within you the sacred and formidable capacity to endure when others crumble, to rise when others fall, and to find deep, resounding meaning even in the darkest, coldest hours of life. The miracle is not found in a life free from adversity. Such a life does not exist. The miracle is found in your ability to face adversity without losing your soul, in discovering the unbreakable parts of yourself precisely because of the storm. Hardship does not define you. Your response to it does. It reveals the strength you did not know you possessed, the clarity you did not know you needed. When you understand with your whole being that your peace, your stability, and your power come from within, from the fortress you have cultivated in your heart and mind, you become truly untouchable by circumstance. Success cannot intoxicate you, failure cannot destroy you, praise cannot inflate you, criticism cannot deflate you. You walk through life as a mountain walks through storms, unbending and unyielding, absorbing both the sunlight and the tempest, standing dignified against the ravages of time and chance. Each time adversity arises, visualize a flame within your chest. No matter what blows against it, the flame dances and grows stronger. Remind yourself, the fire within me is stronger than the storm around me. Chapter 8. Living by Virtue. The Stoics taught that the only true good in life is virtue. Fame, wealth, pleasure and comfort are indifferent. They are neither inherently good nor bad, but simply tools that can be used wisely or foolishly, depending on the heart that wields them. What matters, above all else, is the character you shape through your choices, through your willingness to face life with integrity, courage and wisdom, even when it would be easier to bend to selfishness or fear. Living by virtue means striving each day, in every action and every thought, to be honest when dishonesty would be more convenient, brave when fear tempts you to shrink, compassionate when bitterness whispers to harden your heart, and wise when folly shouts louder than reason. It means aligning your actions, consistently and deliberately, with your highest self. Not the fleeting, volatile emotions of the moment, but the enduring values you have chosen to uphold. Virtue demands that you master yourself, that you rise above impulse, and that you seek excellence not for applause, but for the sake of your own soul. Your life, then, becomes not a random series of events, but a masterpiece, an artwork sculpted with daily chisel strikes of character, patience, sacrifice, and courage. Each decision you make is a stroke upon the canvas of your existence. The miracle is not merely to exist, to breathe and to move, but to choose consciously to live beautifully, nobly, excellently, day after day, despite all temptations to live otherwise. It is the ongoing miracle of crafting a life that is worthy not of worldly accolades, but of your own deepest respect. Choose one virtue each week: courage, patience, kindness, and focus deliberately on embodying it in small daily acts. Watch as your soul strengthens and your life aligns with deeper meaning. Chapter 9. Death as a Teacher. The Stoics meditated often on mortality, not to become morbid, but to sharpen their appreciation for life. Memento mori, they whispered, remember that you must die. Every breath you take is a reminder that time is precious beyond comprehension. Each inhale and exhale is a silent, rhythmic signal urging you not to delay, not to postpone the life that is calling you to be lived fully today. Every sunset that ignites the sky with fire and gold is a spectacle that may not come again, a masterpiece that you are privileged to witness just once in all the expanse of time. Every hug you give and receive, every word spoken to a loved one, carries a weight beyond what the moment may reveal. They are threads of connection that could, in their way, be the last expression of a bond cherished but often unspoken. Far from being a grim meditation, this truth is an urgent awakening, an invitation to meet each day, each moment, with tenderness, reverence, and profound gratitude. Death, that inevitable horizon which we all must approach, teaches us something profound that life alone often forgets to emphasize, that there is absolutely no time to waste on bitterness, no justification for pettiness, no rationalization for postponing love, forgiveness, or kindness. It strips away the illusions of permanence and reminds us that each breath is a priceless, vanishing treasure. It reveals the utter absurdity of clinging to anger, of nursing grudges, of living half-heartedly, and of choosing distraction over connection, fear over courage, habit over passion. It presses upon us the urgency to live wholly, knowing that the river of time flows in only one direction, and every moment lost to resentment or regret is a moment never reclaimed. Life demands not a fraction of your heart, but its entirety. It asks not for your distracted and divided presence, but for your full, vibrant, undivided attention, your willingness to immerse yourself completely in the brief, brilliant opportunity you have been given. It calls you to lean fully into existence, to throw yourself wholly into the experience of living without reserve or hesitation. It urges you to greet each day not as a tedious obligation, but as a singular chance to contribute something meaningful, to weave a thread of beauty into the larger tapestry of life. To love fiercely and unapologetically, to express your affection without delay, to offer forgiveness even when it feels difficult, to seize every opportunity to create joy and meaning, to choose presence over preoccupation. It calls you to dream boldly, not postponing your ambitions until some imagined better time, but daring to pursue them now, to act on the knowledge that the sands of your own hourglass slip steadily away. It calls you to awaken to the sacredness of now, to live as if each day were both the first and the last, because in many ways it truly is. Each sunrise you witness, each breath you take, each hand you hold, is a miracle never to be repeated, a fleeting flash of existence begging not merely to be observed, but to be honored, savored, and fully embraced with gratitude, humility, and joy. Each evening, reflect briefly. If I do not wake tomorrow, did I live today in a way I am proud of? Let this reflection guide you toward deeper, more vibrant living. Chapter 10. Gratitude as a daily practice. Gratitude is not a passive feeling that comes and goes with the tides of fortune. It is an active, conscious discipline, a muscle of the soul that must be exercised daily. It is the deliberate and often courageous choice to focus your heart and mind on blessings rather than lacks, to see abundance where others see scarcity, and to magnify the good rather than brood over the imperfect. Gratitude demands mindfulness. It demands a slowing down, a turning away from the endless chase for more, and an anchoring in the simple, profound gifts that already fill your life. The Stoics knew that a grateful heart is an invincible heart, a fortress of peace amid the chaos of the world. No misfortune, no loss, no external blow can truly conquer someone who sees life itself, every breath, every sunrise, every shared laugh, as an undeserved sacred gift. Gratitude fortifies the soul against despair and nourishes it with a quiet, unshakable joy. Gratitude transforms ordinary days into holy days. It turns simple meals into celebratory feasts, everyday conversations into moments of genuine connection, and breaths into whispered prayers of wonder. It makes the mundane luminous. It sharpens your vision so that you begin to recognize that every moment, even the challenging ones, carries within it a hidden blessing. Gratitude does not erase sorrow or difficulty, but it infuses life with a richness that suffering cannot destroy and time cannot diminish. Create a gratitude journal. Each night, write down 3 moments from your day you are thankful for. Let this practice train your mind to see life through the lens of wonder and abundance. Chapter 11. Embracing simplicity. The world clamors endlessly for more possessions to hoard, more status to chase, more distractions to numb the heart and mind. It shouts that fulfillment is found somewhere beyond the present moment, in the endless accumulation of things, accolades, and shallow entertainments. Yet true richness, as the Stoics so wisely understood, lies not in piling up more, but in embracing less clutter, less noise, less striving for what does not satisfy. The Stoics valued a simple life because it frees the soul from the heavy chains of unnecessary desires. When you are not burdened by endless wants, when you are not shackled to the restless hunger for what lies just beyond reach, you are able to turn your gaze inward and focus on what truly matters: relationships that nourish you, growth that strengthens you, virtue that ennobles you, and peace that roots you. A simple life creates the sacred space needed for reflection, gratitude, and deep connection, both to yourself and to the world around you. Simplicity does not mean deprivation, it means clarity. It means choosing deliberately what deserves your time, your energy, your love. It means living intentionally, with a discerning eye that separates the meaningful from the trivial. It means savoring deeply the small moments, a shared meal, a quiet walk, a heartfelt conversation, that are so easily overlooked when life is overrun with excess. True simplicity is an art and a discipline, one that reveals the astonishing abundance already present when the noise of more finally falls silent. Choose one area of your life this week, your closet, your schedule, your digital space, and simplify it. Create room for stillness, focus, and joy. Chapter 12. The Power of Presence. In a world of endless distractions, where attention is constantly being pulled in 1,000 directions by glowing screens and relentless noise, presence is revolutionary. To be truly present is to rebel against the tide of mindless living. The Stoics taught that life happens now, not in the regrets of the past, which cannot be undone, nor in the fantasies of the future, which may never come to pass. They urged us to anchor ourselves firmly in the current moment, to treat now as the only certainty we truly possess. To be present is to be vividly, authentically alive. It is to fully taste your coffee, savoring the warmth and richness with your complete attention, instead of rushing mindlessly through the experience. It is to truly hear a friend's laughter, feeling the joy reverberate through your own soul, rather than thinking ahead to what you will say next. It is to fully feel the breeze against your skin, to notice the softness of light filtering through the trees, to experience life with the kind of wonder usually reserved for the very young or the deeply wise. Presence turns the ordinary extraordinary. It transforms routine interactions into sacred exchanges, mundane errands into mindful journeys, and quiet evenings into moments of deep peace. It deepens joy by allowing you to truly inhabit it, softens sorrow by grounding you in the truth that emotions ebb and flow, and roots you firmly, unshakably, in the miracle of existence itself. It allows you to become a participant in life rather than a mere observer, and in doing so, enriches every beat of your precious, irreplaceable heart. Practice single tasking. When you eat, just eat. When you listen, just listen. Let yourself be fully absorbed in the moment. Notice how richness floods into your life. Chapter 13. Compassion for others. The Stoics believed deeply in the brotherhood of humanity. They understood that we are not isolated beings, drifting alone through life, but rather intricate threads woven into a vast, shared fabric of existence. Each action, each thought, each moment of compassion or cruelty ripples outward, affecting the entire tapestry. Recognizing our interconnectedness reminds us that to care for another is to care for ourselves, that the strength of one thread supports the strength of the whole. Compassion flows naturally when you open your eyes to the invisible burdens that every person you encounter is carrying. Behind every face you pass on the street is a story of hope, fear, heartbreak, and perseverance. Just as you are striving, struggling, dreaming, and enduring your private battles, so is everyone else. Every soul is weathering storms that are unseen but deeply felt, and every heart is seeking kindness, even when pride or pain obscures the asking. Kindness, far from being a weakness, is a profound strength. It is an act of wisdom, a courageous choice to see yourself reflected in the faces of others, and to respond not with judgment or indifference, but with generosity, patience, and grace. True kindness does not diminish you. It enlarges you. It connects you to the highest, most resilient parts of yourself, and reminds you that, no matter the chaos of the world, you have the power to choose compassion over cruelty, understanding over disdain, and love over fear. Each day, perform one intentional act of kindness, a sincere compliment, a helping hand, a moment of listening. Let compassion become your natural response. Chapter 14. Perseverance through trials. Life will test you. It will test your patience, your endurance, your spirit, and your commitment to your own ideals. There will be days when everything feels uphill, when even the smallest tasks seem monumental, when your strength feels utterly spent and the path ahead looks impossibly steep. You will be tempted to doubt yourself, to question your worth, to wonder whether it is even worth the effort to continue. The Stoics remind us, resilience is not about never falling, never failing, or never feeling pain. It is about always rising, always standing up again, no matter how many times life knocks you down. True strength is not in being untouched by hardship, but in facing it with unwavering spirit. Every difficulty faced with courage becomes a stone in the foundation of your character. Each trial endured with an open heart, each struggle met without surrender, strengthens you from within and transforms you into someone more capable, more compassionate, more wise. Every setback endured with dignity becomes a badge of honor, a testament to your perseverance, and a silent oath to yourself that you will not be broken by adversity, but shaped into something greater by it. You are stronger than you know, far more resilient than you realize, carrying within you a depth of endurance that only reveals itself when tested by life's fiercest storms, the hidden reserves of strength that surface when all else seems lost. You are a miracle not because you walk an easy road or live a life free of scars, but precisely because you have faced difficulty, pain, and loss, and yet still you stand, still you hope, still you rise. You have within you the astonishing sacred power to endure the impossible, to adapt to the unimaginable, and to transform suffering into strength, wounds into wisdom, adversity into purpose. Each scar is a story of survival, each hardship a testament to the soul's incredible elasticity. You are not just a survivor of your hardships, you are an artist, a sculptor of your soul, carving resilience, beauty, and depth into your very being with every hardship you overcome, every fear you face, every night you survive, and every dawn you welcome anew. It is in this relentless rising, in this fierce, unyielding refusal to be defined or diminished by defeat, that your true miracle unfolds and shines for all to see, illuminating not just your own path, but serving as a guiding light for others lost in their own battles. Each time you fall and choose to rise again, you affirm a truth larger than pain, a timeless truth that echoes through the hearts of the brave, the undeniable truth that you are unbreakable in spirit, that you are a force more enduring than the trials that seek to break you. Every stumble, every tear, every silent struggle becomes a part of your sacred testament to resilience. Each time you refuse to be hardened by suffering, each time you choose compassion over bitterness and hope over despair, you embody the miracle of the human heart, which can remain tender, open, and full of grace even after being shattered and rebuilt countless times. You do not merely survive your hardships, you are transfigured by them, refined into a being of greater strength, wisdom, and empathy. Through every heartache, you learn the delicate art of mending with gold, transforming your scars into veins of power rather than wounds of weakness. You are a living testament to the enduring, indomitable power of the human spirit, a shining beacon of hope, courage, and perseverance for all who struggle, for all who doubt, and for all who, at times, forget their own strength. You stand as a luminous reminder that the miracle of life is not found in its ease or in moments of unbroken happiness, but rather in its resilience, in its capacity to face the unimaginable and still rise, to stand upright against overwhelming tides, and to rebuild from ruins more beautifully than before. You represent the fierce, radiant capacity for renewal against all odds, the spark of the eternal fire that refuses to be extinguished. You embody the undying spirit that dares to hope even when the sky is blackened by despair, that dares to dream amid devastation, that dares to love even when love has been torn and tested. Your endurance is not simply survival, it is a deliberate, courageous act of creation, of choosing to weave hope, beauty and meaning from the raw fibers of pain and uncertainty. You are proof that darkness never has the final word, that suffering does not define the soul unless we allow it to. Your scars are not signs of weakness, but of wisdom earned and compassion deepened. Your existence, your journey, your endless rising are living proof that light is always possible, that even in the deepest nights, when the world seems cloaked in darkness and uncertainty, a new dawn patiently waits to break on the horizon. They reveal that the soul's true nature is not to be defeated, not to shrink back in fear, not to cower before adversity, but rather to summon a strength greater than fear, to expand its capacity for courage, to deepen its well of compassion, and to shine even more fiercely through the fractures that once seemed like breaking points. You are not merely enduring life in silent survival. You are participating in its most sacred dance, the dance of perseverance, of transformation, of renewal. With every trial you overcome, you gather light within yourself, light that does not just heal you, but radiates outward, illuminating the paths of others. You become a beacon for those who have lost hope, a living testament that even after shattering, the soul can be reforged stronger, richer, more luminous. Each scar becomes a story not of defeat, but of transcendent victory, a record of battles fought with dignity and spirit intact. You are embodying the miracle of becoming more luminous, more loving, more magnificent with every challenge you overcome, rising ever higher, not despite your trials, but because of them. This is the sacred alchemy of your life, turning every sorrow into wisdom, every hardship into grace, every fall into a flight greater than you ever imagined possible. When you encounter difficulty, reframe it. This is my training ground. This is how I grow. Step forward, even if slowly. Trust the process. Chapter 15. Ending each day with reverence. As you end each day, do not collapse into sleep unconsciously, lost in distraction, weariness, or the endless buzz of unfinished tasks. Close the day with deep reverence, honoring it as a sacred, irreplaceable chapter of your life that will never return. Carve out a few quiet moments for yourself, away from noise, screens, and the rush of obligations, and sit with the living memory of the day you just lived. Let the memories rise slowly, without judgment. Reflect not just on your successes, but on your mistakes, on the moments of discomfort that stretched you, on the small choices where your character was quietly tested without anyone else seeing. Reflect also on where you faltered, where fear, anger, pride, impatience or doubt crept in and pulled you away from your better nature. Name these moments honestly, without self-hatred or denial, for it is in seeing clearly that growth is made possible. Every slip is a signal, a teacher guiding you toward a wiser version of yourself. Then, with just as much honesty, reflect on your triumphs, where you showed patience when it would have been easier to snap, where you chose kindness when indifference tempted you, where you summoned strength when weakness seemed inevitable. These victories, even the smallest ones, are the hidden bricks of greatness laid quietly within your soul. Seneca advised nightly examination of the soul. What did I do well today? What could I have done better? What will I do differently tomorrow? These questions are not an indictment, but an invitation. They are sacred tools, designed not to shame, but to sharpen you. They call you to live with deliberate consciousness, to craft your existence not as a series of random reactive moments, but as a masterwork of character, purpose, and integrity, shaped lovingly by your own hands. Each day is a complete and finished chapter of your life, not a rough draft to be edited later, not a rehearsal for some imagined future, but a living story, inked permanently by the choices you made, written and sealed by the setting sun. Each breath, each conversation, each small act of kindness or impatience, each word spoken or left unsaid, all have been woven irrevocably into the fabric of your existence. You cannot reclaim a single hour once it has passed. It slips silently into eternity, carrying with it the imprint of your presence. End each day not in exhaustion and forgetfulness, not as a weary collapse into oblivion, but with deliberate gratitude. Gratitude for the chance to breathe, to love, to weep, to strive, to stumble and stand again. Be grateful for the full spectrum of experience, the struggles that stretched you, the joys that lifted you, the quiet moments that softened you. Each experience has been a gift, shaping the contours of your soul in ways both visible and unseen. End it with careful reflection, with a sacred pause that strengthens your soul layer by layer. Reflect on the battles you fought within yourself and the victories, however small, that you earned. Reflect on the lessons whispered by the day's triumphs and mistakes. In doing so, you are not just closing a day, you are sculpting your character, building an inner monument to conscious, courageous living. Let each day become a precious brick in the foundation of a life well lived, a sacred testament to meaning, beauty, and unstoppable strength. Strength born not from ease or comfort, but from the relentless pursuit of living with purpose, authenticity, and a fierce devotion to becoming all that you are capable of being. Unity and spirit intact. You are embodying the miracle of becoming more luminous, more loving, more magnificent with every challenge you overcome, rising ever higher, not despite your trials, but because of them. This is the sacred alchemy of your life, turning every sorrow into wisdom, every hardship into grace, every fall into a flight greater than you ever imagined possible. When you encounter difficulty, reframe it. This is my training ground. This is how I grow. Step forward, even if slowly. Trust the process. Chapter 15. Ending each day with reverence. As you end each day, do not collapse into sleep unconsciously, lost in distraction, weariness, or the endless buzz of unfinished tasks. Close the day with deep reverence, honoring it as a sacred, irreplaceable chapter of your life that will never return. Carve out a few quiet moments for yourself, away from noise, screens, and the rush of obligations, and sit with the living memory of the day you just lived. Let the memories rise slowly, without judgment. Reflect not just on your successes, but on your mistakes, on the moments of discomfort that stretched you, on the small choices where your character was quietly tested without anyone else seeing. Reflect also on where you faltered, where fear, anger, pride, impatience or doubt crept in and pulled you away from your better nature. Name these moments honestly, without self-hatred or denial, for it is in seeing clearly that growth is made possible. Every slip is a signal, a teacher guiding you toward a wiser version of yourself. Then, with just as much honesty, reflect on your triumphs, where you showed patience when it would have been easier to snap, where you chose kindness when indifference tempted you, where you summoned strength when weakness seemed inevitable. These victories, even the smallest ones, are the hidden bricks of greatness laid quietly within your soul. Seneca advised nightly examination of the soul. What did I do well today? What could I have done better? What will I do differently tomorrow? These questions are not an indictment, but an invitation. They are sacred tools, designed not to shame, but to sharpen you. They call you to live with deliberate consciousness, to craft your existence not as a series of random reactive moments, but as a masterwork of character, purpose, and integrity, shaped lovingly by your own hands. Each day is a complete and finished chapter of your life, not a rough draft to be edited later, not a rehearsal for some imagined future, but a living story, inked permanently by the choices you made, written and sealed by the setting sun. Each breath, Each conversation, each small act of kindness or impatience, each word spoken or left unsaid, all have been woven irrevocably into the fabric of your existence. You cannot reclaim a single hour once it has passed. It slips silently into eternity, carrying with it the imprint of your presence. End each day not in exhaustion and forgetfulness, not as a weary collapse into oblivion, but with deliberate gratitude. Gratitude for the chance to breathe, to love, to weep, to strive, to stumble and stand again. Be grateful for the full spectrum of experience, the struggles that stretched you, the joys that lifted you, the quiet moments that softened you. Each experience has been a gift, shaping the contours of your soul in ways both visible and unseen. End it with careful reflection, with a sacred pause that strengthens your soul layer by layer. Reflect on the battles you fought within yourself and the victories, however small, that you earned. Reflect on the lessons whispered by the day's triumphs and mistakes. In doing so, you are not just closing a day, you are sculpting your character, building an inner monument to conscious, courageous living. Let each day become a precious brick in the foundation of a life well lived, a sacred testament to meaning, beauty, and unstoppable strength. Strength born not from ease or comfort, but from the relentless pursuit of living with purpose, authenticity, and a fierce devotion to becoming all that you are capable of being.